Hello everybody and welcome to this bonus video with a particularly excited, and you can see in the reflection there, flailing Captain VFC. There we go, let's just angle that. And the reason why I'm excited is because on Wednesday of this week, which if you're watching it when it is new is 2 days ago, so the 15th of October 2025, Airfix announced a surprise release that was already in stock, or at least very soon after they announced it, which is this, the de Havilland Mosquito Bomber Mark 16 B35 and TT35 version. So let's break that down. Bomber 16, Bomber 35, Target Tug 35. This is a version of the 2021 tool Bomber Mark 16 tool of the Mosquito from Airfix, which is what I've got here, which was subsequently released as a Photo Reconnaissance 16 that I have here. And the same basic tool has been used to make the Target Tug 35. The reason why this is exciting is A, because it's a Mosquito, B, because it's timed horrendously badly for me, having just released a selection of Mosquito videos, because I've just done the Tamiya 148th and the Special Hobby Mark 16. And also, was it a Mark 16? It wasn't, it was a Night Fighter Mark 30. Anyway, and also interesting because I have a problem with this kit here. Not this one. The PR16 is fine. The Bomber 16 is not. And the reason why it's not is because this is actually from a Target Tug. In fact, it's from a Target Tug Mark 35. It's got raised edges. I say edges, they're raised strips, and it's got other gumph, which is because they laser scanned a preserved example, which was actually a Target Tug. You can fix it. You can sand it all down and you can make it look good. However, I didn't. I probably should have done. So I'm particularly intrigued to see if they fixed that problem for the Bomber Mark 16 version in this release. It has just arrived. I'm excited in case you can't tell. So we're going to crack open and have a look. I'm also just going to quickly add in, for those eagle-eyed amongst you, yes, the radio antenna has broken on that. I'm a bit annoyed. I've just picked it off the shelf and it's broken. So whoops. Anyway, without further rambling, I'm thoroughly excited. This literally has just arrived. It's not opened or anything. Let's have a look and see what is new. Firstly then, the artwork is rather nice. I quite like it. It is the Target Tug version. It does interest me that they've They've ordered the text as B Mark 16, B Mark 35, TT 35. By the way, the change from Roman numerals to Arabic is correct for the RAF. They switched from Roman numerals to Arabic numbers. So it's correct for them to have B16 or BXVI and then B35. But it's interesting that they've put Bomber 16 first and Target Tug 35 last, when the one on the box is the Target Tug. Seems strange. Either way, that's what they've done. Down here we have the product code, which is A04070. It's the newer style of Airfix box art, which is all artwork with the Airfix logo on it, rather than the red stripe, which I'm happy with because, well, big painting of a Mosquito, and the usual info down there. On the grey edge, it gives us the trademark, the serial number, all of the usual stuff. It tells us model design and tooling. This is interesting. So it's 2021/25. That's because the original tooling is the Mark 16, which is 2021. And there are supposedly new parts in here, which was designed in 2025, which is of course when the there is decal schemes and pack design date is. On the upside down edge over here, it gives us a bit of history about the Mosquito, particularly the B35 and T35 version, sorry, TT35. It gives us the 3 schemes that are included, tells us the paints, it's 2 flying hours and a skill level 2. Both shop edges are the same, which just has the artwork there and the product code and whatever. And nothing on the back because it is a top opening box. There we go. Right, again, just to clarify, this is mostly focusing on what is new because I have featured the PR16 version on the channel before, and I've made the Bomber 16, although I've not done a video of it. So this is mostly going to focus on the differences that this has, but obviously if there's anything interesting in here that I feel worth talking about, then I will. Okay, exactly as it came out the box. We're going to very quickly, there we go, extract the instructions and look at these. Not that there is any surprise to this, but this has all of the same stuff as the box, and this is specifically for this release. It's not generic instructions, and then a separate colour call out. Page 1, standard, or page 2, sorry, standard stuff, and then we get onto the construction. Now, this should all be exactly the same as the others, and we should start seeing some differences in the bomb bay area. So there we go, schemes A and C feature what look like fuel tanks for extended range, I would assume. Are they fuel tanks? They look like fuel tanks. Scheme B is the one with the big bomb, which is apparently new and I'm quite excited by. And here is some variation for the end of the streamline section, if that makes sense. So the Mosquito was incredibly smooth and they had to give a bulge to fit in the larger bombs of some of these versions. This is new. So I always think of it as being a very streamlined aircraft, but it's got a big bulge, and that's the slope at the end of the bulge. So A and C are the bomber versions and B is the target tug. Can tell that immediately, and yes, that is better because this bit, J21, should be on the original release, but it's not. This is new. The target tug version has little, I don't actually know what they are, but they're on the tail either way. They are triangles. I'm going to call them triangles. You can see them down there. So that's new. Anything with sprue J on it will be new. I should actually say that this is a very thick book, very big instruction booklet. I'm quite happy with it. We've got a jig. Well, I say we have a jig. It's used as a jig. I really like this. I've mentioned that before. This is also fresh off me making a special hobby one, and the way that Airfix do the undercarriage is definitely better. We have optional holes for drop tanks for A and C, a variation in the air intake radiator bit on here as well, step 46. All this is exactly the same. We have masks for the wheels down. You can cover up the wheel well. They have bits molded specifically as masks. And other side, so basically you do one leg and then the other leg, or one wing and then the other wing. This is all again exactly the same, clear part with an S on it. I'm aware this is very quick. It's deliberately very quick because I want to get to the more exciting bit of looking at all the new parts. Ooh, bomb! Look at that, we have bombs. I'm pretty sure we did not have bombs in the original one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember having... oh no, maybe we did. No, I think I'm wrong. I didn't put bombs. I did the bomb bay closed. If you're building bomb bay closed and open, there we go. Ah, yes, right. This is exciting. This is what Airfix should have done on the original release in 2021. This is the cover that they originally supplied, C16, which is obviously for a target tug. You have this big gouge out of the trailing end of the streamline section, the bomb bay, and then this is what it should have looked like, which is nice and sexy smooth, nice and streamlined, with a nice curved, smooth, downward airflow bit. It was great, lovely. I am very pleased to see that. And then parts A and C, schemes A and C have this in, presumably for the bombs. I'm very happy with this so far. Just looking at the instructions, they've clearly reacted to people highlighting the fact that they made a mistake. Well, maybe they realised they made a mistake. We've got 4 bombs for scheme A only, and that is because, here we go, we have a new bomb. Yes, a big stinker of a massive bomb that these Mosquitoes could carry. Look at that. Yeah, nice bit of variety there. So specifically for scheme C, we can fit the bomb just like that. It does cover up all of the detail that you've got inside, but hey ho, if you want a big bomb, you can have a big bomb. Is that a 4,000 pounder, if I remember rightly? I'm sure it probably tells you on the instructions and I just haven't read it because it had a name. Yes, it was 4,000 pounds, the cookie or blockbuster bomb. There it is. Big badass boom boy. And then we have stuff for the target tug version specifically, which is the target towing equipment, which goes slap bang in the middle of what would otherwise be the bomb bay. And then it's a little bit cluttered showing you this, but these are the 3 alternatives. So all of them require something different. You've got target tug, standard bomb load, cookie bomb load, just like that. But noteworthy that they have at least got the correct bomb bay doors for a standard Mark 16. And finally, schemes A and C can have drop tanks. That's a can have, you don't need to have. There they are. You're fitting the pilot because they fit 1 pilot. That's right, the 2-seat de Havilland Mosquito is fitted with 1 pilot. Thanks Airfix, really bloody helpful. The other seat will just be empty, shall it? Guess it won't fly with a navigator. Anyway, rant over. Different canopies for the different schemes, and that's it. Wheels up, wheels down, and all the glazing. Done! So the colour call out is on the back. We have scheme A, which is the Bomber 35 version. This is quite nice. It's the medium sea grey over black. So it's not the darker ocean grey that you may be familiar with. It's plain medium sea grey over black. Spare decals 12 and 16 for models who wish to mask and paint their own roundel fin flashes. Ooh, that sounds grim. Well, I don't want to do that. They're giving you extra stuff, but that's suggesting I want to do more work. Anyway, these are the colours that you will need for this one. It is very, very smart. And it is not easy for me to decide which scheme to do because I could very easily make all 3. Yeah, it's good. No historical information, obviously, beyond telling you what the aircraft is. Sometimes it will have a little section about it, but nothing here. There we go, that's scheme A. Scheme B is the one on the box, the Target Tug 35. This one was based down in Exeter and is currently preserved in Duxford. And it tells you here, we've got a bit of historical information, exactly as I was mentioning earlier, which tells you that it used to be in 633 Squadron. Again, tells you about the spare decals here. This one is, I think, the one that most people will be interested in because it is different and it's a target tug. We've had bomber, we've had fighter bomber, we've had photo reconnaissance Mosquitoes, but we haven't had a target tug Mosquito in 1/72. So this is probably the reason why a lot of people will buy it. It is also the hardest one to paint because it's yellow and it's black, and we have bits just cut out of the black stripes and what have you, so requires more brain power. And then scheme C is the Bomber 16. This is more like the original release in 2021, except with corrected bomb bay doors and a big cookie bomb which has its own decal for it. It's wishing a certain famous Austrian a happy Christmas. This is your more conventional Mosquito, and also looks excellent because it's a Mosquito, and let's face it, they all look good. Next then we have the decals. Having not made an Airfix kit for a little while, I'm immediately greeted by something that I just like seeing, which is your stencils at the top or your common decals at the top, then scheme B, scheme C, whatever, everything broken down nicely. So A and B common, B and C, rather than just having a decal sheet of miscellaneous crap. Anyway, very nice to see. Quite happy with that one. They all look perfectly fine. They're cartograph, wouldn't expect any problems. All of the writing seems to be legible. We've got the instrument panel here, so all good. Registration fine, numbers fine. Basically, they look bloody decent. Right. As usual for me, I'm going to leave the clear sprue inside the bag so that it doesn't get scratched. I really do not want it getting scratched. I want this to be as smart and lovely as possible, but there we go. That's exactly the same as in the photo reconnaissance one and the bomber one. Can't see any issues, no short shot or anything. From here I can't see any blemishes, but we'll have to wait until I build it to confirm. Not wanting to go over everything again, just check the photo reconnaissance video if you want. Oh, that's fine, it's just an ejection pin. If you want to see me go over this in a bit more detail, we're just going to do an initial scan, make sure that there is no flash, and you can see that there is not. There is the pilot, who seems very small. It might be because I've been building something in 1/48 recently, but he does seem a little bit on the miniature side. Do we have... behind my shield there, we have a pilot from the Hawk. There we go, look at that. So I think this, oh, he's on the floor. He's gone. Right, I've rescued the pale grey man from the floor, and as you can see, he is a lot taller and generally bigger. So unless people have gained about 2 foot since the Second World War, I would say that the Mozzie pilot is horrendously small. Isn't that hilarious? Look at him, look at the wee fella. Right, we go to frame A, which is the fuselage, which looks nice and lovely. And then we see this, which is the main... Oh, it's not even in focus. The camera doesn't want to show you the mess of that. Thankfully, all of this flash is not in an important part because that is just on ejection pins. But that's not a good sign if your tooling is 4 years old and you're getting that much flash around certain bits. Thankfully, it's not around an important bit, and we, fingers crossed, won't see any more of it. But yeah, just thought I'd highlight that. The interior detail still looks fantastic. Oh, I love this kit. I've deliberately removed a sprue so that we don't look at it yet. Here is sprue C. This is from the original release as well. We have the Bombay doors that aren't Bombay doors, which is the target tug version, which also serves as the closed Bombay doors if you do it like that on the original release. Then we have the open Bombay doors, which is irrelevant because that's not a Bombay, that's the target tug area. They've just cut it in half. So that's the wrong bit from the original kit. And again, we have some flash around, oh, it's gone now. We have some flash around the ejection points. So thankfully nothing affecting the actual kit that I see. No, I've just verified it, that's fine. We did also have bombs on the original one, so I take back what I said about that being new because this is an original sprue. Then we have frame E, which has just sort of a miscellaneous pile of bits. All looks good here. Nothing appears to be missing, all looks fine. Frame F, which is basically mirror image of frame E, and again, no parts missing, nothing looks wrong, all good. And then we have the wings, which is frame B. Nothing amiss here either. Fantastic surface detail. I really like the surface detail on this kit. Basically what I'm saying is that I like Mosquitoes and it doesn't really matter who makes it, I'm going to enjoy it. But this one is nice. It is a nice enjoyable build, nice detail, not too complicated, and all looks fine. Right, now with that out of the way, this is the new frame that they have added for this release, frame J, and this has the corrected Bombay featuring nice, sexy, smooth surface detail, nice and streamlined, and then we have the open equivalent here, so that's something which you couldn't have previously. And everything else is target tug related by the looks of it. Oh, except for that, that's the end of the bulged Bombay area. But we seem to have the little bits on the tail, whatever they are. We have the pokey bit, the pointy bit, and the spinny bit. Excellent. So there we go. That's what you pay. Well, I say pay extra. That's what you pay for with this release. Obviously you're not paying extra, it's exactly the same price as the others were. It's Series 4, so it's currently $24.99. We have an extra bulkhead here, I'm not sure what that is for. This is obviously the cookie. Asymmetrical detail on the target tug winch. The mount for the cookie bomb. Very nice. Yeah, again, there's no flash on this. I wouldn't expect there to be. It's a new section, so there's some of the ejection pins are just falling off straight away. Bits of extra plastic for the ejection pins keep falling off, but they don't matter. That's fine. And there we go. That's essentially the difference between this and this. Well, I don't think there's any point in really showing you the ScaleMates listing for this. This is a brand new release. I've ordered it on day one and it has arrived within a couple of days, which is obviously fantastic. Just to clarify, I did buy this. I know I left a rather tongue-in-cheek post about Airfix being able to send me a pallet. No, obviously they didn't. This is something which I've paid for myself because, quite frankly, I love mosquitoes and I like Airfix. So it's a match made in heaven. Either way, I am faced with something of a conundrum and I do need your help. And that is the obvious question of, which one do I do? As I've said, I think the obvious one that people will do is the Target Tug 35, and I definitely at some stage will make the Target Tug version. But all of them are good, and this does give you the opportunity of correcting the mistakes that they made with their original release of the Mark 16 bomber. So I would be inclined, if I were to choose, to do either one of those two, personally. But I will happily go for whichever one people think is the most interesting to them. So I will take a consensus. I'm going to publish a vote, which will hopefully go live at the same time. So just check my channel and you will see that. And you can vote for, sorry, I was going to say I'm going to post a vote. I'm going to post a poll and you can vote for which one you think you would like to see. Which one you think you'd like to see, you probably know which one you want to see. Drop a comment if you don't really care which one you see. Either way, I foresee me buying at least another one of these. If the Target Tug one is chosen, I will do that, although it will take a bit longer because there's a lot of yellow to it and it's going to require a lot of masking to get the exact shape of things right. It's definitely the hardest one to do based on the colour. If the Bomber Mark 16 version is voted for, then I will do that. And whichever one is not chosen, I will probably end up buying and doing off stream, and then maybe it will feature in a short or in a post or something. So stay tuned for that. And if you are not already a subscriber and you want to see that, then hit the subscribe button and you will see when I post it live, and you'll see posts and things like that. So you'll get pictures of it. Or you can follow me on Instagram, which I never advertise, but that's because I barely post there. Anyway, either way, thank you very much for watching this far. Thank you very much, Airfix, for taking £24.99 of my money that I wasn't expecting to go this week. But you have earned it by releasing a model of an aircraft that I am absolutely in love with. I'm sure I will end up buying more of these. And if you do still want to send me a pallet, then just send me a pallet. Like the video if you like the video, dislike if you dislike. I've tried to do this video so that it doesn't interfere with my schedule, so there are still videos lined up every Sunday for the foreseeable. So just stay tuned for that. You can also become a channel member like the people appearing on screen. These people knew within pretty much seconds that I'd bought this kit because I was so excited I had to share a picture of me buying this kit. If you're interested in spoilers and want to support the channel, by all means join them, but you don't have to. Just watching the video is good enough for me, and thank you very much once again for doing so. I'm now off to build another Mosquito. I've only just finished one, but hey, this has jumped the queue because I'm a very excited captain. Thanks for watching and goodbye.